welcome to Reasonable Desires. This being the first episode of a hypothetical show, you may be asking yourself, what's going on here? Is he just copying John Oliver? What color is his hair? Is he using a TV stand for a desk? The answer to all your questions is yes. Originally, I'd planned on talking to you about video game adaptations. I spent time and money on what is technically cinema, even watching special features to describe to you, the viewer, that the video game adaptation curse is in fact a myth. I had plans to discuss the popular HBO series The Last of Us and how the creative team behind the project was key to such a successful adaptation. Well, as luck would have it, IGN decided to publish this article already without even being kind enough to let the series finish first. So that brings us to our main topic today, which is microtransactions. A word that raises the hair on an average gamer's neck like Spider-Man and Infinity War, but rather than a strong need to save the day, your average gamer will suddenly be stricken with an annoyed rage. The resentment towards the practice comes from their battle cry largely falling on deaf ears. Vote with your wallet. Well, someone keeps voting because they're here to stay. With free-to-play games like Genshin Impact bringing in roughly $1 billion in revenue every 6 months, whose business structure revolves entirely around microtransactions, everyone is chomping at the bit to get a little taste of the success. In a recent CNN segment on the incredibly successful video game Hogwarts Legacy set in the Harry Potter universe, CNN showed just where its head's at when it comes to what constitutes as a success.
We have CNN producer Carolyn Sung playing the game live right now on television. The reviews have been really good for this game so far. People love the visual look. They feel like it's very realistic. They love that they can create their own character. They're learning as they play the game. But some are complaining that it takes a little too long to learn certain skills to then fly the broom. That's sort of what Harry Potter is known for. And as you notice, Carolyn is playing as a single player. We can't play with her because this is not a multiplayer game. And some video game experts are saying that that's actually a revenue lost opportunity for the brand, because when you have multiplayers, it allows you to purchase into the world of which you can play together. You can also do in-game purchases and create new worlds and levels by purchasing more. So some experts say that we will eventually get there, but as of right now, this is just you as your person. That's supposed to be me, but this is the Harry Potter world of today, and as of right now, people are really excited to see what it can do. This is the Christmas for Harry Potter fans and gamers tomorrow when it comes out.
Carolyn, which house are you in?
I'm sorry?
Which house are you in?
I'm in a bank vault.
What house am I in? I'm in the fucking studio. What house did I choose? I live in a studio apartment. You've been to my home. Can I just finish trying to milk this game's audience for Daddy WB, please? Jokes aside, the fact of the matter is even the traditionally games-hating media is advocating for more microtransactions. They clearly have new biases from Warner Brother Discovery owning the game developer as well as being the new parent company of CNN. But the message is clear. Give me money. The way they're attempting to sell this information is in line with the benefits for users in subscription game models. They want to sell you a level of status so you continue to purchase into the game world. In a study of the types of microtransactions and the reasons people buy them, they're generally broken down into 3 types: function-based, probability-based, and ornamental-based digital goods. Function-based usually provides a boost to get good for a minor fee. Probability-based goods are generally seen as loot boxes, and they're tolerated as a means of progression, but not celebrated. Some countries have banned the use of loot boxes in games, claiming that they're a form of gambling. Ornamental-based goods are purely cosmetic. They generally work in a multiplayer setting by playing off of the jealousy of players. They can also be status indicators in games, some cosmetics being part of an event or only offered for a brief period of time. To provide some insight on the average gamer perspective, I give you Angry Joe Vargas. Joe has been a video game reviewer and news commentator in the space for years and has more than earned his due in the community. He's loud, abrasive, and vulgar, but he provides a window into the thoughts of the common games enthusiasts when it comes to microtransactions and how they've spread into games.
What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Is that fun? Is that what I think it? Is that what I think it is? Is that fucking blue? Oh, I'm sorry. It's fucking shiny blue. Oh, well, fucking that is. Oh, that's great now, isn't it? Oh, well, good for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God, it's everything's so different, Joe. But, Joe, it's shiny blue. What is that, fucking blue? You want me to pay you, what, $50 for fucking shiny blue?
Now, while that's hilarious, why does any of this matter? Microtransactions are clearly successful, and gamers cry about it. Who cares? Well, apparently, you should. These predatory business practices may have began in video games, but they're using the same models and structures to spread into real-life situations. For example, in 2021, luxury car brand, a status symbol in its own right, BMW decided to join in on the fun. In foreign markets, they implemented an $18 a month subscription fee for pre-installed features such as heated seats, with plans to expand with a remote engine startup and a proprietary dashcam service. Imagine finally getting to the point in your life that you have enough disposable income that you purchase your first luxury car. You're proud to an overwhelming extent. Make a Facebook post of your new baby sitting at home in your driveway. Then the notification ding leads to some dickhead from high school saying, "But can you use the heated seats, lol?" So, even if you made it to this level, it's now an ornamental-based good tied to a symbol of status compounded, leaving you wondering, am I still a poor? For another example of microtransactions running amok, let's discuss NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. Oh god, alright, I felt your eyes roll in the back of your head. Don't click away. This is heading somewhere, and it won't require any of your personal finances. So, I decided to consult the book on the matter, the NFT handbook, written by a couple of cool guys who just love NFTs. NFTs are effectively notes on a ledger, and that ledger being a blockchain of cryptocurrency. This book attempts to explain that NFTs are just artwork associated with cryptocurrency and lays out ways to potentially profit off of your own NFTs. The ways they suggest starting a profitable business venture is by having an audience already and using it to jumpstart your NFT. Then maintaining your reputation so your NFT could have potential longevity. The way the book explains it seems incredibly simple, but while also being a dangerous investment. Let me explain. By having the NFTs directly tied to the blockchain, this means your artwork is now part of an unregulated sector. This is hammered on constantly in the book that you are responsible for your crypto, and in essence, your NFTs. The unregulated nature is by design to keep the government out of digital currency, but it becomes a double-edged sword as you remain unprotected, making financial investments. There's also a big issue in NFTs themselves, as the point of cryptocurrency is to keep third parties out, but third parties become necessary in the data storage of the NFTs. It's too costly to house the metadata of the artwork on the blockchain, so the NFT is created as a representation of that metadata that is owned by whoever the last person listed to be on the blockchain. Therefore, third-party sites like Google Drives are used to store the actual artwork that comprises your NFT. So as long as the NFT creator maintains their monthly digital storage fees, you'll be fine. It's not like people ever change card numbers after potential security threats, then forget to update their payment information. It's not like we live in a world where fraud is a hyperlink or an answered scam call away. Nobody could possibly whoopsie to that fantastic level. Unheard of. Let's assume all goes well. What are NFTs worth? Well, its value is whatever you or anyone else will pay for it. This creates a high risk reward mentality. Now, I know this is all confusing and a lot of information to handle, so let's investigate NFTs in practice. YouTuber CoffeeZilla did a 3-part deep dive into CryptoZoo, an NFT project started by influencer Logan Paul.
The thing that I'm most excited for, and this is the first time I've ever said anything about this, for the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again. You keep using a word there, game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money.
In the series, CoffeeZilla breaks down what happened pre-launch and how investors, Logan Paul's established audience, would fall prey to what would end up being an investment scam. CryptoZoo, as intended, was to purchase zoo tokens, use them to purchase egg NFTs, which could then be hatched into animals that could then be fused with other animals you've hatched into hybrid animal JPEGs of various rarity that could then be sold for real money. The game never officially launched. Logan never promoted the launch of the game after shady dealings between his collaborators, and early investors would be swindled out of their money that they spent on zoo tokens, never able to even hatch their eggs. By pulling the rug out from under the early investors, Logan and his ilk were able to walk away while his fans just want the damn game to work even after knowing the financial damage done.
It was Logan Paul at the end of the day. An internet personality that I actually trusted, that I actually kind of believed in.
Obviously, when someone so influential releases something, everyone wants to be a part of it.
I sort of believed in this false fallacy that everyone else started believing, that Logan Paul's a changed man.
I thought it was a safe place having a guy like that identified, like Logan Paul being the head of the project.
This spits in the face of what this disgusting book tries to explain, that you need to retain your reputation for NFT longevity. But Logan's like, fuck reputation, get out now while it's still valuable. What's even more gross is when you compare it to video game transactions. CryptoZoo was a combination of ornamental-based goods through the animal NFTs combined with probability-based goods, the tokens, and it was used to fraud devoted fans out of their hard-earned cash. Now, while you might be thinking, I'm not going to be swindled by some moron influencer, that may be true, but that doesn't mean you go unaffected, because data mining for cryptocurrency has grown to the point that the White House has a page dedicated to cryptocurrency and its environmental effects. You know, the senior living facility that makes important decisions for you, the one that's pristine on the outside, but lately it's been filled with dust and outdated ideology. That site states that carbon emissions are equal to that of diesel trains. That's not even to mention the drain on the electrical grid that affects local communities and around these mining facilities. The NFT handbook even mentions crypto's energy consumption, comparing Bitcoin's energy usage to that of countries like Ukraine or Argentina. Ethereum, the blockchain most NFTs are stored on, has relative energy consumption to that of Ecuador. Even this get-rich-quick slime felt it necessary to mention the energy consumption required for data mining. To wrap up, the fact of the matter is microtransactions are everywhere. Whether it's purchasing into a new status symbol, falling for a pyramid scheme, or simply buying the color blue, shiny blue, nickel and diming consumers has been proven to work and will definitely continue to spread. Now, this seems like an awfully bleak outcome, but we must not feel defeated. Gamers have had it right all along. Vote with your wallet. It's about time we stop belittling their hobby and listen to their concerns, because now they're everyone's. The clear way forward is being knowledgeable. If you can properly suss out what type of in-game good you're being peddled on the street, you'll have a better understanding of when you're being ripped off. Let's get reasonable. Knowledge is power, and it's time for all of us to unite with our gamer allies and finally tell these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you'll take your fucking shade of blue and you can shove it right up your ass.